me you saw in your crystal ball my coming here tonight and acting like a fool?
Genny's smile wavered slightly. I don't use a crystal ball.
What is it about you, lady? We have absolutely nothing in common. My life is a holy mess. I have only one goal, and that's to find Brooke's killer. So, unless I'm just in bad need of getting laid, there's no reason for my being here tonight.
Genny's smile disappeared. Are you in bad need of getting laid? Had he actually said that to her? Damn. Shrugging, Dallas grunted.
I didn't mean it as an insult. It's just that you need to know I'm not the kind of guy who makes commitments, who gets involved. I'm not a man you can count on for the long haul.
Are you warning me off?
Do you always ask so many questions?
Yes, when the answers are important.
We'd mix like oil and water, you know. Say goodnight and leave, he told himself. You aren't getting any pussy from Genny Madocs. She's not the one-night stand type. You knew that before you showed up on her doorstep.
Oil and water, huh? She took a tentative step toward him. I was thinking more along the lines of a stick of dynamite and a lit match. Dallas drew in a deep breath as images flashed through his mind of Genny lying beneath him, her long black hair spread out over a white pillow and her slender limbs wrapped around him.
Lady, you know how to hurt a guy.
She took another step toward him. He didn't move, although his brain warned him to run. If she came any closer, he'd probably grab her and yank her into his arms. She halted. How about some apple pie and coffee?
Huh?
Her hospitable offer took him as much by surprise as the subject change. Don't go, she told him. And it doesn't take a sixth sense to figure out that you're on the verge of running from me. Stay, have some pie and coffee, and we'll talk. About the serial killer, about Brooke, about whatever you need to talk about. I've a feeling you need someone to listen to you, to talk things over with, to care about what you care about, far more than you need to get laid. She was right. He did need someone to talk to, someone to listen. Terry had been a real friend during the past 8 months, and he'd relied on her to be his sounding board after Brooke's murder. But he'd soon realized he was taking advantage of the feelings she still had for him. He'd backed off. She deserved better. He'd wanted her to have a chance with Link. And as long as she thought he needed her, she wouldn't move on. He'd allowed her to help him with his unofficial investigation and to drag Link into the mix because he was desperate for help. But he'd quickly severed the emotional bond Terry had tried to rebuild between them. Now here was Genny offering to be a shoulder to cry on, and he was damn tempted to accept her offer.
I appreciate your offering to be my confidant, and you're right about my needing someone to listen and to care. But you're sadly mistaken if you think a little hand-holding will satisfy me more than our fucking would.
Genny gasped. Are you deliberately trying to scare me off?
Is that what you think I'm doing?
She nodded. Yes, but it isn't working. She motioned him to follow her. Come on into the living room while I get the coffee and pie.
You know I want to take you to bed, and you're still inviting me to stay?
Yes, I want you to stay. You need me. She turned and walked away from him. When he followed her, she paused and glanced over his shoulder. You won't be taking me to bed. Not tonight. Coming as a total surprise, the innuendo in her comment sucker-punched him. She hadn't said not ever, no way, no how. She'd said not tonight.
I'll settle for coffee, pie, and talk. For tonight.
Jazzy's joint had a wild side, but it wasn't showing that boisterous, rowdy side tonight. Since it was a weeknight in midwinter, only a couple of the usual crowd were at the bar, and a few more were scattered at various tables throughout the establishment. Jazzy had learned it didn't pay to hire a live band during the winter months, except on weekends. But the loyal patrons kept the old jukebox she'd found several years ago at an antique fair in Knoxville, blasting out the oldies. The drone of half a dozen drinkers talking, and 2 guys shooting pool did little to interfere with the loud music. Fats Domino's rendition of Blueberry Hill pumped out a steady beat. When she'd bought this building and turned it downstairs into a bar, she had wanted a place with a little atmosphere, something more than just loud music.